The consumers that have a whole lot of debt really are struggling to survive. They're struggling to meet rent or mortgage payments, repay college loans, to repay loans for a car.
43% of Americans are expected to add even more debt within the next 6 months.
Global debt has surged, let me repeat, to $226 trillion. This is the biggest surge since the Second World War.
It works out to roughly $32,500 of debt for each of the 7.7 billion people on the planet. The World Bank believes the speed and scale of this debt wave is something we should all be worried about. So much so, the group has urged governments around the world to make it a primary concern.
The Reaper uses a blockchain token to create an entirely new economic system. This system is going to work to relieve individuals' debts, house the homeless, and solve world hunger, and that is not an exaggeration. This is the most disruptive technology and the most disruptive company that the world has ever known.
Federated sidechains are definitely a powerful implement, and with those, we'll be able to add smart contracts. So for Reaper, what we'll basically be doing is automating the entire process. The primary idea being I want Reaper to live after I die. If I die in a car crash tomorrow, that's a problem because someone else has to pick up the mantle. If I die 2-3 years from now in a car crash, then by then Reaper will be fully automated to do the sales, the reapings, the transactions, and all of those things. For that to happen, right now we need a federated sidechain until XRP Ledger adopts full-on smart contracts natively.
So there's going to be nodes on there. You're going to sell nodes, or what are you going to do with that?
So that's actually something I'm under NDA. I can't get too.
Ooh, I like to hear the stuff of that.
I can't get real in depth on that. I'll say that nodes and validators are not superior to other options.
Okay. Oh, great. That's great to hear. That's breaking. James, we just broke news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Great.
Yeah.
Now, I got two topics: buying a bank.
Oh, that's what I was just about to ask. Nice.
Yeah, buying a bank, and are you going to become a hedge fund, or can you become a hedge fund?
So Reaper right now, in large ways, I'll answer the hedge fund first. In large ways, we act as a hedge fund in that we are putting the permanent drip fund into a trust, which is held in XRP and USDC. So the way that works is if the Reaper price drops, then the interest APY for holding Reaper increases relative to the price of Reaper, because we're holding other currencies, right? We're holding XRP and we're holding USDC. Now, if XRP shoots the moon, as everyone keeps, saying it will someday, and I think there'll be a gradual ascent. So once it does that, there'll be a point in time where the market cap of Reaper.Financial is lower than the permanent drip trust fund, and buying Reaper is basically buying discounted XRP. Cool. So because we are doing that. So currently we hold over 100,000 XRP for Reaper.Financial permanent drip trust and about 36,000 USDC. And that's been accumulated over a rough 8 months. So we've only actually launched in December of last year, for the record. So we've only been doing this a little over 10 months.
Love everything that you guys are doing. This is
and then on a follow-up question, is there an RPR USDC pair on Sologenic or Bitrue?
So there is a USDT pair on Bitrue, but we don't have a USDC pairing, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of USDT Tether. I think
me neither.
Mom, but I am a fan of USDC and Circle.
Yeah.
So
is that coming? Is that in the works?
It is in the works.
Good.
On Sologenic?
So not on Sologenic. Sologenic, I have not seen them talking about adding actual stable coins. Right now they do basically a stable coin mimic, which is still on the XRP ledger. So it's the same thing you could get in the XM app, where you can buy Litecoin or USD, but you have to sell it back in XRP to transfer it out. So it's not really a stable coin.
So if one of our people want to go all in Reaper, tell us the benefits.
Well, before you even say that, we have a way that we've been doing it so far. If we had assets, if you have XRP on the sum, what we do is we tap into the xpmarket.io, and they have a swap feature where, you know, we've been able to really quick, couple thousand, 50,000, 100,000, whatever it may be, you know?
Yep. So any of the DEXs, the Sologenic DEX, xpmarket.io or XRPLcoins.com, any of those will allow you to swap XRP for RPR. Otherwise, it is available on BitTrue and a USDT pairing. I will back up and say, before you go all in on anything, do your own research. And if you're still going all in, you haven't done enough research.
No doubt.
Diversify is the key. Diversification is still the key.
I want to start off by saying that being in the XRP community, we've learned how to be really cautious with projects and sustainability, right? Like that's super important, especially after the SEC debacle and the Luna C debacle, right? But getting more and more, we've been getting more and more enthused about this project because of how very different it is, right? And so we'd like to introduce this into our community and explain to people that, you know, we do support it. We definitely 100% make sure that we say, do your own research. And this is not financial advice, but, you know, this is definitely one of the better projects in the community, hands down.
Can I ask you kind of a tough question, maybe? Did Reaper have anything in Celsius? And I know you use Nexo, right?
So we did not have anything in Celsius, and Nexo we migrated out of before they cut off the U.S. market.
Wow.
So currently our permanent drip trust fund is on Hotbit, which is lower returns, but it is relatively stable, safe. They have had hacks in the past and legal troubles in the past, but my faith in Hotbit is because they've handled all of those previous issues quite well.
Transparently, they were very transparent about the situation.
So your brother Sean is a North Dakota, and he's the chief technology officer of the state or something like that.
Chief information officer, and he did actually just announce he'll be resigning or leaving that position on December 2nd, and he'll be taking over the CEO of North America for BitZero.
Wow.
Oh, is he going to stay on your board?
Yes, he's still chairman of my board.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, we love this project so much. What's going on with the countries? I heard you had some plans. I know when the collapse happens, if and when the collapse happens, you guys plan on picking up banks on the cheap. And now you also have a plan to deal with countries to balance their economic issues. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So basically we're going from reaping small debts for individuals to we'll be doing, like I talked about with the properties, but we'll be doing that for all types of businesses. So small businesses, which make up 99.9% of all businesses, are small business, right? Mm-hmm. So that takes a Pizza Hut making a 2 to 7% margin a month to making a 30% margin a month within a few years. And then from that, we want to go and acquire a banking charter. So basically, we're looking at acquiring a credit union, preferably in Texas or North Dakota.
Nice.
And we'll be looking for a credit union that's about to fail, and we'll be restructuring it and backing their products with RPR. So that will mean essentially instead of currently getting a car loan or a home loan that's 120, 125% loan to value, we can give you 100% value on the home and take 20% and put that into RPR. So you still get a loan at 120% value of that home, but 20% is held in trust against that mortgage. which basically guarantees that mortgage and secures it like a secured credit card.
Wow.
Is reaping that mortgage throughout the life of the loan. So you can bring down the interest rate organically from the credit union without having to worry about the federal funds rate and interest rates on the FHA loan or the VA loan or whatever it may be.
Well, let's say that one of our people in our group, they're struggling a little bit and they need some help. We can take our Reaper and vote for their debt to be reaped with our Reaper, right?
So we're looking at ways to add that option. So the big caveat to that is that you will have to be completely KYC'd for this and for us to be in compliance with anti-money laundering and counter-financing and different policies. So to be fully KYC'd, and then to be able to log into the bank accounts of that person. So essentially what we're going to try to add in as a feature, and this will probably be 2 to 3 months after launch, is you'll be able to send a gift invite to somebody like your grandmother or your mother or your parents, somebody who maybe doesn't understand crypto, and you'll be able to invite them to come over and do a gateway login to give you access to their accounts for the purpose of paying them only. So then you would be able to vote for their accounts, but you won't be able to do it without their knowledge or permission.
Sure. How can we, is it a possibility to get involved in the beta testing of this?
We would love to do that.
We definitely would.
Yeah, so we're looking at opening the beta in early December and then going full open beta to everybody in mid to late December. So December 19th is our target date right now. So by December 19th, it should be fully open to all US, Canada citizens. And then we'll be adding UK, EU, Japan, Thailand, Australia.
Nice. Very nice.
When do you... when's your goal to get out of beta?
So that's really more of a performance measure on the system itself. Once we are happy with the system and happy with the legal framework around it is more what we need to.
It's a whole nother ball game though, isn't it, with this regulation stuff?
Yep. So having it in beta basically gives us certain legal protections, whereas saying it as a fully operating system removes some of those protections, and we just have to make sure we're set before we say we're no longer beta, we are operational.
No doubt. What's your perspective on this SEC debacle? I mean, what's going on? I mean, you've obviously been in the community for some time, like all of us, right? And so we'll show you our 3-coin set after this whole thing, because we kind of highlighted all of these different things. But what's your perspective on this whole SEC debacle?
So it was always a setup from the get-go, right? I think everyone knows that, and obviously Ripple and the SEC had been in talks for 10 years, and then suddenly, the last day Clayton's in office before transitioning to Gensler, he launches this case against the SEC. I will say that the Hinman emails, Bill Hinman is on the crypto board of advisors for A16Z, which is Andreessen Horowitz, which is one of the primary investors in Ripple. So Bill Hinman is probably the person encouraging Ripple to go after the Hinman emails for disclosure. Now that they have them, I would say it's pretty much
over
deal, right? I think Ripple wins this hands down. That said, I think Gensler was set up to be the fall guy. And from the Forbes article saying Gary Gensler resigned, the one that they redacted and removed, that tells me that because Forbes and Gensler and who Gensler donates to, if you go to littlesys.org, you can see all his political donations.
Yeah, saw them. Yeah.
Forbes and him are owned by the same people. And for Forbes to publish that article tells me that they know they're losing, and it tells me that they're ready to burn Gensler for the loss.
Just leave him out to hang. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, because I'm starting to see the sentiment. Yeah, you're right.
Give that website again where you can go and check that.
Littlesys.org.
Littlesys.org.
Yep.
And there's been a few people that posted it on Twitter. A couple people.
Okay. All right. So let me go into now. We're going to teach our people how to vote on your system once if they decide, after they do their own research, do your own research. We're going to take them in and show them voting. Now, James said he already voted, and I didn't get in for this. Now, the next one comes up next Thursday, right?
Wait,
Yep.
hold on. Let me ask you a question about that, because I voted a few months ago and I still get a drip from you guys, I think.
Yeah. So you get the drip regardless of whether you vote or not. You'll still get the passive XRP payments. So if you don't vote, all that means is that your portion of the reaping funds is split among everyone who did vote.
Touche. Roger that.
But if he did vote, that vote stays there and it stays the same vote until he changes the vote, right?
So that will be for our new system. For the current system, you have to vote every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. And then, so once we teach them, and you want more people to get in there and vote. I think that was one of your topics on one of your AMAs, is that how do we get more of our people to go in there and vote? And that's why we invite people into these meeting rooms, and we show them exactly what to do in our group. And so we're gonna make sure our people know how to vote and take the rights they have to go and make those votes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift to be in a position and have kind of a little bit of a platform, but we have to be really extremely cautious and responsible with everything that we, co-sign and advocate for, because, unfortunately, not everybody is going to do their own research. Not everybody is going to be wise with their decisions. They're just going to go off of what somebody else is saying. So we try to make sure that we do as much possible research before we say something, and then we also offer the resources to people, and we have links and so on and so forth. So yeah, we're very excited to help bring some people into the ecosystem for sure.
So tell me too, is that you have on there, you have a hard slot list. I mean, I got into XSticks, and so I have a desire to see their coin burned or reaped. And so because that just increases the price of it, right?
Yep. So the hard slot is essentially when the project themselves has a dedicated Reaper wallet. So if the project themselves has decided they're going to buy up Reaper token and they're going to use that token to decrease their own supply, what they've essentially done is they've guaranteed a buyer for their project in perpetuity. So for that, we reward that with a hard slot so that they're in every single vote. So they're able to use those tokens as intended and continue to decrease their own supply. So basically, what we're doing is it's burn as a service. And by holding Reaper, we're providing them a service to tokens that may not have factored that into their original tokenomics, or even if they did, this would be a supplement and complementary to that.
Well, XSticks is like burning 1 million a week, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you guys are doing it every other week for them too, so they're just increasing their burns, and which means it increases the price valuation for their token, right?
Yeah, well, it doesn't guarantee price appreciation, but it does increase scarcity. So as long as scarcity
supply and demand,
increases, supply and demand, then price will generally respond, not necessarily immediately, but eventually.
What about this Luna C ERC20, man? When I saw that, I was like, oh man, we gotta start voting for that guy, because
are you
go ahead.
Are you burning that?
So we have Luna C as a hard slot as well, and that's only because they have now decentralized from the original team with Dokon, and they've split off, and now it's basically a DAO, and they're no longer printing more Luna C tokens. So in that regard, the people holding Luna C are people who really need a burn service. And so we've hard slotted them on the grounds that they're probably the most in need after a $60 billion.
Major. What happened was so treacherous and disgusting, but there are a lot of people, I'm noticing there are a lot of people buying into this project, and there's like rumors going around that something's going to happen that's going to decrease the supply. And then I see Luna C on your burn hard slab. I'm like, whoa, this is big. This is a major connection here.
Yeah, so it's definitely an opportunity, and I think the biggest thing Lunacy has going for it is that regardless of the price drop, it still has a massive community. So a massive community is not going to hold a price down for that long. As long as that community still exists in the next bull cycle, Lunacy will recover some amount percentage-wise of its value. And really, it's not so much that the people who lost all that money have the opportunity. It's the people who were never in it to begin with, who get in now, have the opportunity.
Yeah, that's going to be one of my long-term plays. Not financial advice, everyone, but it is one of my long-term plays for sure.
Hey, James, well, we got his attention for a second. Can I show something?
Oh, please do, Dale.
There you go. I've been researching crypto since 1999. This is a crypto card I got in 2002, and I show this to everybody because what happened was we were trading gold, and it was called e-gold and e-bullion. Now, if you looked up those two on Wikipedia, you'll see the stories. The SEC shut down e-gold because 5 years late. Do you know the stories?
I know about e-gold. I wasn't aware of e-bullion, but
e-bullion's a little more darker of a story. E-gold was shut down. In fact, that guy might even be Satoshi because he wants to get at the government for doing that.
Satoshi, wow, that's a whole nother ball game.
It's a whole nother ball game.
I won't even get into that with these some of these.
You don't want to know who it is? Okay.
What's that?
You know who it is?
I have a pretty good guess.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on, let me hear.
I don't think he's gonna do it. He's not gonna do
it. So Elon Musk, Hal Finney, and Larry Page.
They don't need the money.
So the thing is, Elon was sleeping on Larry Page's couch during the time of 2007, 2008, when we had the last financial collapse, and he'd put all of his PayPal money, 100 million in a Tesla, 75 million in a SpaceX. Both were about to fail. And with that, when he lost PayPal and his board took it over, he was contractually banned from ever owning a internet banking system again, right? So Bitcoin, mining, technically he wouldn't own anything, right? So Hal Finney living in California on the corner of Satoshi and Nakamoto was a programmer who he had a casino game, which he'd been working on previously. And that casino game is actually part of the code of Bitcoin. I suspect he was working for Musk and Larry Page at the time, and rescue plan for Tesla and SpaceX, which if you look at Tesla and SpaceX as far as financials, how they were able to beat the short squeezes and all the short calls over the years, there's another financial element there that is not readily visible.
Wow, touche.
We just broke news there, buddy.
Yeah, times two. Touche. Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, it's awesome having you on here, bro. I'd love to get you on as often as possible because we love your vibe. We love the project, man. This is just something else. Seriously,
we'd love to do live streams with you. In fact, when you exit here, you're going to see a little upgrade to Meet, and we hope you'll use it because it's much better than Zoom.